awake. I'm wide awake. Hey, and welcome everybody. We're so happy that you can join us, and thank you so much for the support. My name is Chinye.
I'm Lavinia.
And I'm Bucci.
And welcome to
Just Say It.
Well, we are bringing you the hottest topics that are going on in the social world right now. Anything goes here at Just Say It, no holding back. And there are a few things that do make us unique. And with that said, I'm going to hand it over to Bucci, my wonderful, beautiful sister. Bucci, tell us, what makes Just Say It unique?
Perfect. Thank you, Chinny. Hi, guys. My name is Bucci Oko, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of why we formed Just Say It. We actually have a group of individuals that we like to sit down, discuss things with, and we come across some subjects that are kind of iffy, and we don't know if we want to ask one another because we don't want to be embarrassed, right, ladies?
Right.
Yeah. So once we brought it to light, the questions that we wanted to know, and then we found out that other people were wanting to know, and then it didn't make us feel so bad or so guilty, and it just gave us some form of relief, like, oh, that advice worked, and oh, someone else went through what I went through. So we formed Just Say It to kind of give light to all these topics and share it with amongst others, because if we had the same questions and we're feeling the same way, I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there who do feel the same way. And also, we encourage our viewers to be involved, because that's what creates the show. It's not just our opinion. We're going to have guests part of the show from time to time. We love for you guys to send in emails, tweet us, whatever. And I know that you guys would like to know how to be a part of it. So what I'm going to do is pass it along to Lavinia Thomas, our other lovely co-host. And if you could tell us how they can get a hold of justsayit.tv.
Of course. What you can do is you can tweet us at Just Say It TV. You can also like and comment our Facebook at facebook.com/justsayitTV. You can email us at justsayitTV@gmail.com, and you can view all of our videos that we're going to record at youtube.com/justsayitTV. Everything is Just Say It TV. So you can't forget.
Pretty much, yeah.
Don't forget. But with that being said, we're going to bring you guys our first topic, which is, let's get a drum roll, ladies.
Relationships. Now, we are talking about relationships from a woman's perspective. And on one side, people really love the life of being single. Others, they love being in a relationship. Ladies, what do you think?
Well, considering I was in a 7-year relationship, and I was single for the past 2 years, I saw both sides, and I really, really loved the single life. Y'all know, because y'all are obviously my friends. Y'all knew the run that I had. I didn't have to get in the phone and get in the phone. I didn't have to get in the car and reach for my phone and check in and be like, hey, babe, I'm going here, or I just got done doing this, and I didn't answer the phone because this. No, I didn't have any of that. It was like so carefree, and it didn't matter. And also, I felt like my heart was guarded. You know, I had control of my emotions, I had control of my feelings, and I didn't have to share with anybody. It was much easier for me to think mentally as far as my business. I could focus, and I didn't have to worry about if someone was going to make me happy or sad that day, regardless of what they did to me. And that's why I like single. But then I met a man that was amazing, and he just made me stop.
Aww.
Whatever, stop.
I personally agree with you that you get a lot more done when you're single.
Yeah.
A lot more done when you're single. I'm going to put a star next to that. But I am a relationship type person, so I can't say if I'm not in a relationship, I'm completely single. I'm not looking for anything. I'm in my house. I go to bed alone every night. And I am one of those people that have been in long-term relationships, and I've been completely single. I've seen both ends of the spectrum, and I can say that even though you do get a lot more done when you're single, I personally like being inside of a relationship. It kind of depends on the person that you're with. I was fortunate enough to run into the right person. I've always dealt with insecure guys inside of a relationship, and now I'm in a relationship where a guy actually trusts me, you know, so things are a little bit different, and I'm happier. I'm seeing a different end of being in a relationship. I get the support that I need. When I'm having a problem, I can go and talk to him versus, you know, going out and telling anybody my business. And, you know, kind of we're friends, we're best friends, you know, so we have a lot of fun together. We understand each other, we work off of each other. So it's just like having that someone that's always there, you know, to just help and support. And if you don't have anybody else, you have that person. So that's what I love about being in a relationship.
Yeah, so let's go to one of our viewers. Actually, Christy from Florida says, now that the weather is cooling down, I find it quite convenient having my man to keep me warm. That sounds like cuffing season. Anyway, so the next topic that we're going to bring up that's really important as far as relationship is family. And a real important question that we do want to ask is, does your family members try to judge or give you an advice on relationships?
Not really. And possibly because I've never really asked. Never really asked the family members. But, you know, when you think about it, is it really that important to ask your family members? I mean, if you do, like, what sibling will you go to talk to get advice from? What sibling do you go to get advice from?
I can talk about this because I come from a family that will give you advice on your relationship whether you ask for it or not. Okay, they're gonna put their 2 cents in. They don't care what you have to say. I'm one of those people. I kind of like to keep my business to myself, whether it's with my relationship or anything that I'm going through. I'm one of those people that likes to kind of handle it myself. I don't like to put burdens on people about my problems. And when you go to people, regardless of who it is, especially your family members, they're probably gonna tell you something to discourage you away from what you're thinking, and they're not actually in your relationship.
Well, let me ask you this: like, do you have a specific sibling that you go to? Don't answer this because we're gonna fight. Lavinia, coming from a perspective, you're not one of our siblings. So is there a specific sibling that you go to whenever it comes to relationships? Someone that's more understanding?
The only sibling that I would think that I would go to probably would be my mom. And it has to be something that's completely serious. Like I don't have anyone. I can't deal with it on my own. You know what I mean? So I go to my mom and I'll get her advice on something that I don't think that I could deal with. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I kind of like to handle things on my own. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Everybody knows that. So it depends, like I said, on what the relationship that you have with your mother or your sibling, or you know, or something like that. But I personally think that, you know, talking to other people about your relationship and they're not in it, I don't think they completely understand, you know what I'm saying, what's going on and happening. So
that's a good point. So well, I feel the same way about you. It's like it's just a certain connection. Now the problem I did have is timing. When's the right time? Like, when do you introduce someone significant to you to your family?
I would say, I would say 3 to 6 months minimum. You know, you don't want to wait too short of a time, and you don't want to wait too long of a time, because if you wait too short of a time, you get them acclimated with your family, and then what happens in about 3 months during a relationship, you break up, and then what? You know, then it just gets too squirrely at that point. So I would say 3 to 6 months, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, one of my friends tweeted us earlier from LA, and she said, Ashley, she said that she doesn't mind letting her significant other meet her family member right away, because she has family that'll let her know. Her mother has an instinct to where she can say, you know what, it's something not right about that person, you know. And she said it's something about her mother that always just shows truth. You know what I'm saying? So she said that she's gotten out of, you know, dealing with horrible guys for letting, you know, her parent meet the person early. So that's a different perspective on it. But let's talk about something that everybody really deals with inside of relationships. Everybody. Cheating. Ooh. We all know about cheating.
Everyone gets all quiet.
Cheating? I didn't do that. What are some of the signs that your man or your woman is cheating without actually being caught in the act? What do you guys think?
I would say fidgeting. If they fidget, and if you ask them just very honestly ask them a simple question, hey, what'd you do today? And they just jump down your throat and they say, oh, why do you want to know? You're always in my business and this and that. I think that's a pretty good sign that something's up, and you might want to double check on that.
Well, that's a good point. That is a very good point. You know, just a sign of being very defensive. It's almost kind of like, what are you guarding? You know, did you strike a nerve? My big thing is I'm a observant person. I like to sit back and watch. And men have a routine. This is just my thing. I'm an action person. Actions speak louder than words. You can say one thing, but your true meaning in life is your actions. And if you just watch a man, every man has a pattern. Women too as well. We all have a pattern. And once that pattern changes, that's when you should see, there might be something a little wrong. But before you jump to conclusions, you know, first discuss it, talk about it with him. Stop assuming and driving yourself nuts trying to figure out if he's cheating or not, because that alone could drive him to cheat, and he wasn't even cheating at all.
Yeah. And we actually had a guy answer one of our questions. So this is a very interesting point of view. Michael it looks like he was from Minnesota. This is what he says a woman does whenever he thinks that a woman is cheating. He says, he sent this to us from Twitter. He's saying that the best way to tell if a girl is cheating is if she hides her phone a lot. What do you think about that, ladies? Do we hide our phone a lot? I know I don't.
I personally think that the man hides his phone a lot. Versus other woman, it's like untouchable.
That's two things: the man cave and the phone.
The phone. Please stay away from the phone.
Yeah.
But I have a good question.
What's that?
I want to know, if you were to catch your spouse or your significant other actually cheating, what would you do first? Would you wait and ask first to see if he or she would tell the truth? Would you B, go all out and curse his ass out? Or would you C, tell him the reason why you're leaving and just break up with him? Or D, all of the above?
Well, I would just tell him what he did and just break it off with him. There's no point in me exerting any kind of energy and yelling, and I'll just tell him this is what you did and it's over with, and just cut all ties off at that point.
Yeah. I'm embarrassed. I've done D, which is all the above, but I learned from it. It's funny. I learned from it. I really did. I'm more mature now. I get the facts and I sit down and have an adult conversation, and depending on their answer and how I feel, I decide if I want to move forward. Yeah. Well, with that, talking about cheating, let's talk about breakups. When is it time to say enough is enough?
I personally say it's time for me to hit the door when I feel like I've been totally disrespected as an individual. And it means as your girlfriend, as your friend. We're supposed to be friends in a relationship. If you feel like you can't tell me the truth, you still feel like you want to cheat or whatever, then if I'm in it on my own, I might as well be on my own.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And I feel like if I'm putting too much into the relationship and not getting anything out of it, I would try to communicate at that point. But relationships are usually two-way streets, so
yeah,
I would just leave it at that.
Well, ladies, this was a very good detailed subject, and I think that our viewers, they really got some insight and different point of views from questions that we read, and that's the wrap-up session for our question and answer. Now we want to go into the segment called Stripes. We talked a little bit about before, but we're going to share with you what Stripes are. It's organization, and it's a group of people, individuals that went through something that was very life-threatening or either made them step up with courage, and either they're going through it, went through it, and we just really want you guys to share your story. We're going to share our story throughout the Just Say It TV segments, and let you know the courage that we took so we can give hope to those who might have lost hope. Yeah. And Love is going to share the contact information again with us once again.
That is Twitter at Just Say TV. It's facebook.com/JustSayItTV. And it's also email us at justsayitTV@gmail.com. Just Say It TV. Thank you guys for joining us on this relationship segment again. And we loved having you. We had so much fun.
Until next time, stop thinking it and just say it.
Bye.
Bye.
I had